crochet crowd. Inspire, create, and celebrate. Let's learn something today.
Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. I'm your host, Mikey. Today is the Crochet Candy Lane Throw. This is using Caron Anniversary Cakes. One ball of Caron Anniversary Cakes gets you this blanket. So if you'd like to change the size of that, I can provide that information for you here on today's video. We will be using an 8mm size L crochet hook in order to happen. The colors that you're seeing are coming out of the ball just like that. But if you want to control your colors, you're more than welcome to do so. But I'm going to treat this just exactly like this blanket was to let the yarn flow with its own coloring. So you're going to notice is that we have the instructions. We also have a stitch diagram available in the download for you. If you would like to change the size of this blanket, if you want to switch your yarn to a medium ply four-waisted yarn, maybe with a 5mm or 5.5mm, which is an H or an I, then the stitch multiple is 5 chains plus 4. So you'll chain 5, 5, 5. When you're happy with the width, just add 4 more, and then you'll have the balance to be able to do this. So this particular blanket for this size of yarn is only chaining of 99, so it's not too big of a commitment and will go relatively quickly. For me, this project takes about 2 evenings to be able to make. Let's begin and start. On camera today, I'm going to be using Bernat Blanket Frosting. This is the Bernat Baby Blanket Frosting, I should say, and it's changing color on its own. So we're going to start off with a slip knot, and you can either chain 99 or do the multiples of 5 plus 4, which is what I'm going to do because I don't need to do the huge sample with you on camera. So you're going to just chain in sets of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Big enough, yes or no? If not, continue. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Big enough, yes or no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're happy with the width and you're customizing like this, just make sure you chain an additional 4 to have balance. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. So either chain 99 or your stitch multiple, and we're going to start row number 1 next. Row number 1, we're going to double crochet 3rd chain from the hook. So we're going to count back, and it's easier to see in person, but there's 1, 2, and 3. When you're using Bernat Blanket, I recommend that you get 2 strands to stay on top when you're doing chain work. So you're going to yarn over and double crochet into the chain work, and make sure 2 strands are on the top of that here. There's 2. And there's 1 on the base. And then yarn over, pull through. So we're double crocheting, yarn over, pull through 2 and 2. So that will kind of compress itself in. So the next one is right here. You're going to double crochet, ensuring 2 strands are on top, 1's in the base, and double crochet as normal. Okay, do the next one, and you're just going to double crochet across your chain like that. Try to make sure you don't start twisting your chain around. Try to make sure it always looks the same, so that your stitch work at the base, especially if you've got a color transitioning like I do, that it looks like it's following its sequence on the way that the strands are moving. So double crochet yourself across here, row number 1. I'll see you at the end of the row in a moment. So I'm just double crocheting all the way to the end of the row. So if you pull that, that disappears. Okay, so there's it right there. So we're going to turn and work. Every other row is going to be what I'm about to show you, and it is single crochet on the front loop only. As we begin, we're going to chain up 1, and we're not going to single crochet in a regular single crochet of having the 2 strands on top. What we want to do is isolate the first strand only, so it's just 1 of the 2. Yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through 2. And so here's your next one. So you're not using the regular stitch, you're just using the first strand that's closest to you. It's called the front loop only. Yarn over and pull through. So front loop, so just glide it up just to isolate that one, pull through 2. And you're doing this all the way across because what you're doing on the front side that you cannot see yet because you're on the back is you're creating a line of stitches that are here. So you can use these in the future, which we will be using those. So they're a line that comes up across. So you see that line doesn't exist unless you use that front loop only when you're on the back. So front loop only on the back side here and go all the way across. I'll see you at the beginning of round number 3 or row number 3. So I'm coming up all the way across. Don't forget I got 2 more left. So I got the front loop only. This is the second last one, and this is a turning chain, so we still need that and only use 1 loop on the turning chain. So don't go into a space between the stitches, just use 1 loop only. And when you turn, you're going to see it in person a lot better, but there is an isolated line that is in the front here, which we're moving on now to row number 3. Row number 3. So the repeat is actually going to start in row number 4, but here's the row number 3. We need to get it established so we can have a repeat. So we're going to chain 2. It will not count as a stitch. It'll just be a builder. And I need you to double crochet the first 5 stitches. So that where this is coming out of, that's the first one. So double crochet the first 5. So that chain 2, don't count that as a stitch. So I got 4 so far, and I got to do 1 more. The next stitch is what is called as an extended double crochet. And what we're going to do is that we're going to pull up the loop that is holding. So it just follow it straight on down, and there is a loop right here. This is the other loop that you skipped over when you did the single crochet when you went back across. So this, if you turned it around, it's actually the back loop. So you're going to use this loop to use. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to yarn over and straight on down and just push it up through that loop that is on the front. Yarn over, pull through. Okay. And this is an extended double crochet. So you're going to yarn over, pull through only 1 loop only, and then finish your double crochet like you normally would. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. This makes it slightly higher so that it can dip down and pull onto that. So that counts as the stitch it's sitting in front of. So if you turn it back like this, this is the empty stitch. That is the loop directly below. Okay, like 2 rows below. So you're going to start with the next empty one, and you're going to do the next 5 in a row. And you're going to do the next 4 in a row. So just kind of lean it forward. Once you do this row, the rest of this blanket is really easy because you can see now the markers of where it's got texture, so you know where to play in the future. So 4 double crochets in a row. So the 5th one has to jump down. Okay, so you just follow it on down and just pull on it. There is a loop. Yarn over, pull through the loop. It's extended doubles, so you're going to yarn over, pull through 1 loop only, and now finish it like a double. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So that counts as a stitch it's sitting in right there. So you're going to double crochet the next 4 in a row. So with the self-striping yarn, or even variegated like this, it makes it quite fun to be able to play with. And the nice thing about this particular pattern that I did for you is that when you jump down like that, you're always looking at the right side, so you don't have to do any guessworking by looking at the wrong side. So you're going to go to the next one, follow it straight on down. Get the horizontal loop that's sitting there. Yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, only pull through 1, and now finish it like a double. So yarn over, pull through 2 and 2. That counts as the one it's sitting in. So you're going to double crochet the next 4 in a row. And you're going to repeat this idea going all the way across. down. Pull through one. Okay, and that's counting as the loop that it's sitting in. So you're double crocheting the next 4 in a row. Okay, and then you're going to jump on down. For your extended double. And you only have 1 stitch left, which is right here, and you were going to double crochet. So now you've established this pattern. Okay, and now we're going to turn our work and begin row number 4. Row number 4 through 13 is the repeat. You can always use the video description or pin comment to get the time markers so that you can come back to row number 4 after you've gone through the sequence. So let's begin row number 4. To begin number 4, you're going to chain up 1 and start with the first one and do a single crochet in the front loop only. So we've done this before, we're doing it again. Every other row is this. Okay, so single crochet front loop only across for row number 4. Coming across on number 4, what I don't want you to do is get confused. This is a chain 2, it doesn't count as a stitch, so your last stitch is right here. Okay. And you're going to turn your work and begin row number 5. Now looking at row number 5, the ones that are popping out towards you, just like you see here, the next version of popping out is going to be on this side. So it's going to start leaning these stitches in this direction. So as we start then row number 5, you are going to chain 2 and double crochet only in the first 4 stitches. Last time it was 5, this time it's only 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and so you were going to use the exposed front loop right here. So just look over, it's just 1 over. So it's an extended double crochet there. Pull through 1 loop and then finish that as normal. So pull through 2 and pull through 2. And then that counts as the stitch is sitting in, so you're just going to double crochet the next. Okay, and there's always going to be 4 double crochets in a row before the next one drops down. So just think of it as in groups of 4. And that should take you to the stitch that is before. Do you see it? So if you followed it up, it's right here, and that's an extended double. And then double crochet the next 4. So that counts as the one it's sitting in. So you're double crocheting in the next 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then jump on down. So it's, do you see it? It's right here. Now it might be easier to see it with yarn that's not so fluffy, but it's there. And you can always you can download the pattern if you wanted to, or just read it on screen. It's up to you. So the instructions for the downloadable include the diagram if you want that. So come on down. So just keep following the sequence so you know that there's 4 double crochets before you drop down again. So dropping down. So on this row here, there's going to be 2 double crochets before the final edge. And so you can see that the staggering of the line is happening. So it's coming on down. See it? Let's turn our work and begin row number 6. So let's begin number 6. It's just a chain 1 and a single crochet in the front loop only all the way across. Please do that. I've already shown that a couple times now, and I will be back at the end of the round to begin row number 7 in just a moment. So row number 7, see the stagger? I don't know if you can see it with the texture here, but the stagger is going to be one earlier than the last one that you put in, so it's stacking diagonally. Chain 2, and you're going to only double crochet the first 3. And then you're going to jump down. So when you jump down, you're going to notice as that here's the last one, we're 1 over once again. And then you're going to double crochet the next 4. So it counts as the one it's sitting in. So you're just going to move over and do the next 4. So what makes this pattern so easy is that you can physically see the staggering happening. So if the stagger is looking out of sequence, then you know something is wrong. So it's a really good indication of a project that if you're watching TV, you can pretty much see when you're going sideways in the wrong way. So then jump on down after the 4 is in. And then double crochet the next 4. So I did try jumping down and just doing a regular double crochet instead of an extended, and it causes it to buckle, so it kind of wants to fold up. So the extended double gives it a more relaxed look, and actually tension wise as well. So now the 4 is in, jump on down. Whoops. It's extended double. I find a lot of people don't like doing treble work, so this is a good alternative for that. Come on down. So the project really is trying to tell you what it needs by seeing the sequence in your hands just working itself out. Okay, so now we're further from the edge than we were last time. And so in this particular one, we've got 3 left over. And that was row number 7. Turn your work, let's do row number 8. Row number 8, we're back to the single crochet, so chain up 1, front loop only, single crochet all the way across. Do this for row number 8, get ready with your work turned, and we'll start row number 9 in a moment. Row number 9, the staggering is happening, so therefore we have to get to the stagger quicker. So row number 9 here, you're going to chain 2, doesn't count as anything, and you're only going to double crochet the first 2, starting in the one where that chain 2 comes out of. And then you're going to drop down for your next one. Okay. And how many stitches in a row? I always check, even though I'm experienced, I still check to make sure that I am skipping over the one that's sitting in front of, and there's only going to be 4 double crochets in a row. And then I drop down. Okay, you see the line coming up? I can't tell from my camera angle whether you can see that or not. But with the Anniversary Cakes, it's really obvious because the coloring completely changes itself. Okay, 4 is in and drop down. So this with the Bernat Blanket Baby, or Bernat Baby Blanket yarn here with the color called, or with the texture called Frosting. it would really be a plush baby blanket for somebody to enjoy as well. Okay, so now we're further from the edge, and here on row number 9, there are 4 stitches left. Going to your last one, turn your work, and let's begin row number 10. Row number 10, yeah, that's right, it's single crochet, so chain up 1 and do the front loops only. So single crochet front loops only all the way over for row number 10. Row number 11, chain 2 does not count as anything, and it's 1 double crochet into the first stitch. We're seeing the sequence play itself out. It's leaning more, so the next stitch has to be a drop down. Okay, and then it's 4 double crochet in a row. So I made sure on my design that those drop downs never end up on an edge itself. There's always a stitch before an edge. So now that 4 is in, drop down. It's not always obvious to see on this kind of yarn, but it's there. Oops. Okay, and 4 in a row. And then drop down. Drop down. 4 in a row. Drop down. Four in a row. And for this one here, you got the 4 in a row, and you still have 1 more stitch left, so the last one has to be a double crochet. And we're going to turn our work and begin row number 12. Row number 12, chain 1 and single crochet in the front loop only, again all the way across. I'll see you at the end of there, have your work turned, and we'll do the final row together, as that's part of your sequence, and that's row number 13 next. Okay, so hopefully you can see the texture happening. And row number 13 is your final in this sequence, and you'll chain 2, and you are going to double crochet the first 5 in a row, starting with the first one where the chain 2 is coming out of. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this one here, this angle one, kind of runs off the blanket. It's a stitch before the edge. So here, when we get the first 5, when you drop down, you're starting another sequence here of doing these angles. And so as this repeat goes in, this here will eventually run out to the edge after the repeat is done. So you're just going to just double crochet the next 4. So with this particular pattern, you can just repeat the sequence then of 4 all the way through 13 that I'm showing you here. So now they get 4 done, drop down. And what you can do with this particular one is that you can finish off on either a 5th, 7th, 9, 11th, or 13 row. So the last row will be one of these that we're doing right now. Okay, so it won't be a single crochet row because it won't look good on the other side if you do that. So you want to finish off on one of these drop down rows. So hopefully this is an easy enough pattern to watch TV with. And this project took me a couple evenings to be able to do. And because of the anniversary yarn changing colors, it kept me mentally interested to see how it was going to work itself out. So the changing of the stitches of these drop downs, plus doing the front loop only single crochet, it really helps the blanket to prevent itself from pooling because you're using different stitches in the different rows. So as you're doing your last section here, so you got your 4, you still got 2 stitches left, so you have to drop down, and it's the one before the edge. So you're creating a new line. That will then follow itself throughout the whole thing. So drop down, and your last one is a double crochet. So you can use the video chapters and scan backwards, go to row number 4 and restart all over again, and you can do this until the cows come home. This here is a great little pattern to be able to follow. That's it for today. We hope you've enjoyed.